Total internal reflection. Before going to know about total internal reflection, first you should know what is internal reflection and what is critical angle. When light travels from an optically denser medium to a rarer medium, at the interface, it is partly reflected back into the same medium and partly refracted to the second medium. This reflection is called the internal reflection. You see in this figure, this is denser medium and this is the rarer medium, and light is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, and this is the interface. So part of the light is refracted and part of the light it is reflected back to the same medium, and this reflection is called internal reflection. You see, this is partially reflected rays, and this reflection here it is internal reflection. Here also you have internal reflection. But what is critical angle? If we gradually increase the angle of incidence, then at a particular angle of incidence called critical angle, which is basically denoted by IC, the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So the angle of incidence for which the angle of refraction is 90 degree is called the critical angle. Here you see in this figure, this is the angle of incidence I, and this is also the angle of incidence I, but here the angle of incidence is more than the angle of incidence here. But here the angle of incidence is IC, and the angle of refraction here is 90 degree. So the angle of incidence for which the angle of refraction is 90 degree is called the critical angle. In this figure, in this table, you see critical angle of some transparent media with respect to air. For example, critical angle of water is 48.75. Critical angle of crown glass, it is 41.14. Critical angle for flint glass, it is 37.31. Critical angle for diamond, it is 24.41. Then what is total internal reflection? If the angle of incidence is beyond critical angle, then light will be totally reflected. This is called total internal reflection. You see in this figure, the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle IC. This is the angle of incidence IC for this incident ray, but for this incident ray, the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. Here there will be no refraction, and the light will be reflected back to the same medium, which is called total internal reflection. We know when light gets reflected by a surface, normally some refraction, some fraction of light gets transmitted. The reflected ray, therefore, is always less intense than the incident ray. Whatever smooth the reflecting surface may be, the reflected ray therefore is less intense than the incident ray. But in case of total internal reflection, no transmission of light takes place. From Snell's law we know N21 is equal to sin I divided by sin R, where N21 is the refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. For total internal reflection, we take I equal to IC, that is critical angle, and for I equal to IC, R will be equal to 90 degree. So sin 90 will be equal to 1 or sin R will be equal to 1. So sin IC will be equal to N21. So for Snell's law to be satisfied, the angle of incidence must be less than IC. If the angle of incidence will be greater than IC, then Snell's law will not be satisfied, that is total internal reflection will take place. So 1 by sin IC will be equal to 1 divided by n21. So n12 will be equal to 1 by sin IC, where n12 is the refractive index of denser medium 1 with respect to the rarer medium 2. Now let us discuss a demonstration for total internal reflection. As shown in the figure, you take some soft solution in a beaker. This is a beaker, and you take a soft solution and allow laser light. This is the laser light to incident as shown in the figure. So part of the light will be refracted and part of the light will be reflected. And if you increase the angle of incidence beyond critical angle, the total internal reflection will take place. So no laser light will be transmitted or refracted like this, or all laser light will be reflected back to the same medium. If the same experiment is done in a test tube, this is a test tube, then the total internal reflection takes place similar to what happens in optical fibers. In optical fibers, you will find total internal reflection like this. Total internal reflection in nature and its technological applications. The best example of total internal reflection in nature is the mirage. The dazzling of diamond is also due to total internal reflection. A right-angled prism is a better reflector than a plane mirror because total internal reflection takes place in a prism. You see, light undergoes successive total internal reflection as it moves through an optical fiber. So there are various technological applications of total internal reflection.